Hey everyone, welcome to Hardcore Italians. Thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to go over some topics from our blog. The very first topic we have is things to know before dating an Italian girl. Carly, you're the Italian girl of the group. So why don't you lead us off today on this topic? I think it's only fair.
Appreciate you, Mike. For those of you who don't know, we're going by last name bases at this point. So Carioscia.
Why did that happen?
Faccone, my man. I'm excited about this topic because I'm currently dating a very American, if you will, man. He kind of describes himself as a mutt. And I feel like it was a big adjustment for him to start dating me. There's all these unknown rules that I also didn't realize some people don't know. I'm gonna just say, first off, for me, I think the biggest piece of advice I would give to any man out there who's dating a beautiful, wonderful Italian woman, just be extra friendly and wanting to get to know her family, friends, and anyone else that's important to her in her life. That's my piece. That's my 2 cents right there.
Why haven't me and Joe met this kid yet then? What's going on?
I'm not gonna lie. So,
that's a really great point. Well,
what you think is right too, because literally just this past weekend I was out on a boat all day. It was 100 degrees here in Jersey. I was out on a boat. Anyone knows when you're out in the sun all day, especially on the water, you're tired as hell, right? So we come back to our house afterwards, our whole family, it's the weekend, that's what everybody does. So we literally we go to pull up in the driveway and I just see 10 cars and I'm like this. I'm like, fuck. Cause now I have to go inside and entertain, right? Cause all I want to do is go inside, take a shower and lay down. We walk in, everyone's like, "Oh, Joe," and everyone, they're playing cornhole, they're playing bocce, and I'm like, "How am I gonna find the energy?" And I look at her, she's like, "I'm so sorry," because she already knows, you know what I mean? It's these are just things you have to deal with, and not that they're bad things. It's just certain times like that where it's just you really have to deal with it if you're dating somebody like that, and yeah, I feel like not many other people deal with that.
Yeah, true. Yeah. But I don't know, one big one. Because I was just at a party this past weekend, one of my girlfriend's best friends, and she has a cousin that's from Italy. She's been in America 8 years or whatever, but she married a Dutch guy. So I never met him before. We were kind of talking at the party, and they were kind of talking about the adjustments, because they're two completely different cultures. And the Dutch guy was saying, he was like, I went over to her house and they're just screaming, their conversations are yelling at each other. Basically, he was like, in our culture, you can't raise your voice to to anyone. It's, you know what I mean? So he was like, I thought they were fighting. I come running down the stairs. I'm like, what's going on? I thought they were fighting. They were just talking, chilling.
Right.
So that's the one thing for sure. I'd say, I don't know. We were cracking up at the party, but
that's something you don't even think about too. These other nationalities, you raise your voice to an older person and it's so disrespectful, right?
Mm-hmm.
With us, Italian Americans, everything, if you don't speak, they're like, speak up. I don't hear you, speak up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's what the hell, G? This guy's so he doesn't know how to speak, he doesn't know what to say.
Are you shy? And then they don't like you. You know what I mean? It's there's something off about him because he doesn't raise his voice. And it's so different. I feel that's crazy.
I know, we were all cracking up. That's kind of my problem too, though, because I'm more introverted normally, so I'm usually just chilling.
Yeah.
But I got, like you said, you have to kind of talk. You know what I mean? You can't. You're put in this situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to say hi to everyone. You don't say hi to someone, it's a huge thing. Yeah. So yeah, I get you for sure. But to kind of expand a little bit on what you were saying with your point to they got to know everyone close. What do you kind of mean by that too?
I feel like if it's just a person who's important in my life, I would like my significant other to also really want to get to know them, and that he wouldn't do that with anyone else. Mm-hmm. But I was hey, I don't know. This is a very important person. They need to be important to you too. And I love them. That's all.
So how soon? Date one, they're meeting the parents?
No.
Or is it in The Godfather, they're going on the date with you and all that? How soon until, is it when you're officially dating? What's kind of your standard there?
It's actually kind of funny because my mom came to visit me in LA, and Joel lives in LA with me. She came to visit me when we were just like in the talking phase, if you will. And I didn't know if I should introduce her to him, but I did. And it was wonderful. And she like loved him, which is crazy because I immediately thought that she would say something about him not being Italian. Like, are you sure? He is kind of quiet. What? But
All signs lead to
I
that.
liked him. Yeah. No, he spoke up. He was, just himself. And she was like, okay, all right, not bad. Good job. I'll allow it. He goes to church.
allow it.
He's not Italian, but he goes to church. Okay, we love it. We love it.
Yeah, true. Religion's huge too, for sure.
Yeah, like second best. If you're not Italian, at least you like good pasta and you go to church. That's
That's it.
another thing I would say too. It's like it's always just a little bit respectful if your girlfriend's cooking for you. Make sure you compliment her food, and eating the whole thing in itself, that's a compliment. Finishing it, wiping your face, it's like, oh, I did good. I did good. Like, it just feels good for an Italian girl. They love a little compliment, especially when it comes to food.
Right.
It's a big one.
1000%.
Piggybacking off of that, a few things that would like piss an Italian off. A perfect example to that is like going back to my girl's family. Like, they're very, very Italian, like straight off the boat. If you stop eating too early, her dad gets pissed. He's like, "No, Joe, like you're gonna have more. I made all this pasta. I made this. You're gonna have more. You're gonna have more." And he'll genuinely get upset if I say no. Like, I can't say no. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually crazy.
Yeah, it's like an insult. They genuinely get insulted. It's crazy.
Like, I had 4 bowls of pasta. Like, I'm done. He's like, "We got a little bit more. You take 2 scoops. I'll take 2." I'm like, but he actually gets mad if I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." He's like, "Oh, you don't like it? Blah, blah." And then she tells her, "I don't know about him." Like, in front, obviously he's messing around, but you could tell there's some sort, it's like, it's disrespectful. Like, whoever cooks, you have to eat it.
1000%. And I'm always at my girlfriend's too, and they're cooking like good food over there. And I'm always like, I don't know, I love the food, so I'm like always just maxing out on the food. And then like her nonna will look over or something, or someone will look over and be like, eat more, eat more. It's like, did you not realize I just ate like 2 meals already?
I'm sitting there like I'm buttoning my pants. I'm like,
Yeah. And then it's like, you kind of feel rude saying no, but it's like, if you only knew if you were paying attention how much I just ate.
Right.
Oh my God, I can't. I'm only 150 pounds. I can't freaking, there's no room to fit it.
I'm trying my best over here, right? Give me a little bit of a break. I don't know who said this before we actually started recording, but someone mentioned like the famous TikTok and Instagrammers who show an Italian dating an American girl, and a lot of times there's food involved naturally. Have you guys seen, I think it's Sarah and Carlo's page? They're so good.
I'm thinking of one guy. I don't know what the name of the page is, but it's hilarious. Like, she'll say something and he gets like crazy upset. Like, what is this? Like,
yeah, didn't she threw the pasta at the wall to see if it sticks or something, and that's how she knew it was ready or whatever. Yeah, you're right. It's got priceless reactions.
I don't know who. I've never even seen it. I've heard about it, right? But I've never even thought about doing that. You guys ever done that before? Like, actually throwing pasta?
Oh no.
What is it? Like, if it sticks, it's good, right? Is that what it is?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense.
I don't know. I thought that was just kind of made up. Is that like, do people really do that for like seriously?
I think actually people do that.
I don't know that.
We'll have to take a vote. On.
Yeah, and something else. No, like messing with food definitely pisses Italians off. Like, not only not eating it, but oh my God, you see, it was a trend for a while, not so much anymore. But remember when everyone would go around like breaking the pasta in half to fit it in the pan or whatever?
Yeah.
What was that
I think
about?
that was another one of their videos, wasn't it? Like, she snapped it in half.
Yeah, and he was like, "Wait,
yeah."
That would piss me off if I saw anyone doing that.
It's like the littlest thing though, but it's like you don't do it like that. Like, it doesn't hurt anyone. It doesn't do anything wrong for anyone, but it's just not how it's done.
Yeah.
There's such a better way to do it.
Yeah, so food, I don't know what else pisses an Italian off. I feel like there's so many things we got to not be thinking. Saying Italian, that's for sure one.
Definitely, I don't know about you guys, but like, if you touch the thermostat of the house, my mom would go nuts, like flip out. Like if it was, let's just say it's at like 72. If I just was like, I'm like, I come outside, I just came back in from outside, I'm sweating, just bump it down to 71. She'll never know. Like the second you click that thing, she's coming running down the hallway. Is it just me? Do you guys deal with that too or no?
No. Oh my God. When you said 71, at first I was gonna say 70. I was like, you'd be dead. But
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
said
yeah.
you said just even turn it down a notch.
I'm
Oh my God.
my mom would flip out. I get you, Gianna. You never dealt with that before?
Oh yeah, no. That's a huge thing.
Right.
She'd kill me.
I just booked a vacation in December, like a nice resort. When she heard how much I spent, like I bought it, like she just bought a house in Florida. Like, why didn't you just go there? I'm like, I was there 8 times last year. I don't want it. We want to change it up. We want to go somewhere else. Anything with spending more money than they think is right, is not.
Totally.
Yeah, true. But they're like,
Funny.
I don't know. They like don't practice what they preach. I feel like my parents always ball out or whatever on
Right.
any vacation they take, or just like whatever. We're at the store buying groceries or something. They'll spend like $500 at the grocery store and not blink an eye.
Yeah.
But it's like if I spend $20 or something over there, it's like an
Wow.
ordeal.
Or if it's like yeah, it's so true that there's certain things that you can spend money on, like a niece or nephew's first birthday party,
Oh, yeah.
$500.
Yeah.
The 1-year-old, what?
Yeah. What's he doing with that money? He's gonna put it in the bank.
Another good one too is the towels. Not using the bathroom towels.
Oh yes.
You basically can't mess with anything in an Italian house. The thermostat, the towels, everything's just got to be pristine, ready for company. And then it's like no company ever comes over anyways. It's like for no reason.
Have couches that you weren't allowed to sit on. They were just the couches were there though. But like there's another room behind those couches, but those couches no one's to go on. They're just the pillows are nice and plump, perfectly set.
Those are the decoration couches. You don't touch them, you just look. You just look. That's it.
I'm getting PTSD right now.
Yeah, the whole house is set up for decoration. I know too, like we made a meme about it too or whatever, but I don't know, like leaving stuff in the sink. We have a meme if it's like if one fork's in the sink, your mom will say the whole house is dirty.
It's not even it's like that too. Like literally if I leave something in the sink, like if I just got done eating, like I'm full, I just put the fork in the sink. Are we gonna wash it? Okay, like can I just lay down for a bit? Like it's gonna get washed.
Does your family too? Do they wash everything like when they do the dishwash and everything? Do they do it at night or in the morning?
At night. It's always right after. Like no.
Yeah.
Relax.
I don't know if that's. I don't know. I feel like that's how it is with my family too. I don't know if it's an Italian thing or not, but my parents always like do the dishwasher before bed, and that way they wake up and things are clean. They never want to like.
My mom, she'd have anxiety all night.
Yeah.
She'll be itching like, oh, we gotta do this, we gotta do that.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. They get like anxiety. They need it clean like then and there, like right after. I don't know too. Do they like clean up? Do they like cook and then leave everything out, eat dinner, and then clean? Or are they cooking and cleaning at the same time?
Actually thinking about it, because I feel like my mom has started leaving everything dirty and actually like sitting down to eat.
Really?
But typically they're, and I say they because I'm thinking of like big family situations or like a Sunday dinner type thing. I feel like she's cleaning while we're all starting to eat already. And we're like, Ma, please sit down for 2 seconds. Like literally everyone's sitting, sit down. She's like, gee, I just got to fix this. And she'll be doing her own thing. So, yeah.
My mom's the exact same way. Like you said, like on holidays, big get-togethers, it's like we're already started eating and everyone's yelling at her. Like we get it. You did everything all day. Just sit down and relax. Does anyone need a drink? Anyone need more wine? Is that, you know what I mean? It just like, no, we don't need nothing. Just sit down and someone else will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they never want to sit. Why do they never want to sit?
Yeah, they never do.
My mom just always leaves everything out, and then like, I don't know, she cleans up everything up at the end, throws in the dishwasher, like cleans it that night always. She'll kind of never sit down either and like whatever, serve salad and have us start eating, or just like ask us if we need stuff. We could all be sitting too. She'll see like our water's low. She'll get up and go grab water. Like they don't want to just sit down and eat.
Yeah, you can never just relax.
Which is funny, like when I talk about my mom and like the weird stuff that she does that I think is weird and I'm saying is weird now, I so see myself doing the exact same things.
Yeah.
Like, if
we're all like talk shit now, but then when we get older, it's gonna be us. You know what I mean? And
exactly, like I'll invite my friends over now, and I'm always like, "Okay, guys, sit down. Here you go." And they're like, tell me the same thing. Gianna, are you gonna sit with us or?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Italians are good hosts.
for the best.
Same thing. If I ever have company, I'm just like making sure they're having a good time and whatever. I'm not like worried about anything like other than just like making everything nice, you know?
Right. You just
So
gotta give them the heads up. Like, listen, dinner's gonna be good, but make sure you come hungry. Don't half-ass it. That's a big thing.
yeah. Didn't I think didn't Sebastian Maniscalco too have a bid with a doorbell and like his family got pissed because like people just surprise ring the doorbell and they want to be prepared or something
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Yeah, he's one of the best.
Yeah, I know.
The way he moves around, like his mannerisms, whatever they're called, is unbelievable. He's the greatest.
Speaking of Italian comedians, like, is that your favorite then, you think, Sebastian? Because there's a lot of good ones and a lot of, I don't know if you've seen any in person, but just kind of curious if people always debate who's the best or who's like really up there. Just kind of curious who you guys like.
So actually, it's actually funny. My mom has seen Sebastian. I haven't. I've literally probably watched every single one of his specials. I think the guy is absolutely hilarious.
Mhm.
That's actually tough. There's so many good ones. Like, I've seen Kevin Hart live, and he was really good.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Mom.
Gianna. I don't know. Have you ever seen, I'm just curious, have you ever seen these guys live that you see on Instagram all the time? Like Anthony Rodia, Eric D'Alessandro, like Giuseppe the MC, like any of these guys, like there's a ton of like Italian comedians, I could probably name 20. So sorry if I left them out if they're listening, but just curious who you guys seen in person too,
No, I haven't. I've seen Sebastian in person like every time because it was a family outing and a big ordeal that we'd all go, which has been incredible.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of those guys that you mentioned, Mike, but I mean, their Instagram and TikToks are awesome and hilarious, and I love watching them. I've seen Smigs a few times do stand up, and he's really good. He's just
Mhm.
like a natural with a microphone. He's very
Yeah.
entertaining, and he does a lot of Sebastian's.
The impersonation of him really, really good.
Mhm,
Yeah. The kid, Del Sandro, Eric Del Sandro, his name is. He's like really big by me because I think he's from Staten Island, so he's like right there.
Is he really?
Yeah, I'm almost. Yeah, no, he's definitely from Staten Island, and everybody loves him around here. Like his
Yeah.
videos they have me dying laughing.
Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to bring it up because I feel like he's so underrated, man. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know if he does his own editing or what, but like his videos are put together so well.
Yeah.
Like, his
No,
act, Gianna, you and him gotta do something.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, you should,
I
G.
would love to. His timing is perfect. Like his comedic timing is really, really.
Yeah, he knows like, I don't know, you're right. What is editing though? He's a professional for sure. And but I'm telling you, because you never know, like you laugh at a lot of these guys on Instagram, but when you see him in person, it's a totally different thing. Like same thing with Odia, because he's got all the characters and the voices and stuff like that. But then you see him and he's just hilarious in person too. But Eric, I was like really impressed with. I've seen him a couple times. He came to Chicago once. It was kind of funny. There was only like 10 people there, or not 10 people there. His like manager picked a weird place or something. It wasn't like huge.
Yeah,
And then he recently came back like a few years later and like sold out a place, and it was freaking.
that's
He
awesome.
just
Wow.
killed it, man. It was like the improvement just from that. I mean, he was good back then too, like when I first saw him.
Mhm.
But he just like I was just blown away by like how good he was. We were like dying. I took my dad too and one of my uncles, and they like weren't expecting much, and they thought he was hilarious. Like
Yeah.
these guys will have you crying. You got to see him for sure.
You know,
But Seb-
he's like the smaller, like not that he's a small name, but like you compare him to like Sebastian and everything like that. It's always
Exactly.
those guys that are like they put on the best shows. It's so like authentic wise. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly. And not to knock Sebastian, but I feel like it's just everyone's kind of go to when you say like who's your favorite Italian comedian or something. Everyone just hops to Sebastian.
right,
I mean, he's hilarious, but there's just so many people like you got to go check out their tours and just
right.
watch them because they're freaking
The
they're
media
outstanding.
just Sebastian so much where it's like that's the first thing people think of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he did do a lot of good stand-up specials and stuff. There's a lot of good Italian jokes too, for sure. I don't know. I'd recommend you guys got to get their tour schedules and check them out. I definitely
I
recommend it.
definitely got to see the kid Eric, especially like around here. It's probably sold out like instantly too.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh,
Mhm.
totally. I'd love to. And that's like one super cool thing about LA is there's always comedy shows and a lot of people like tour out here too. So
Mhm.
put on my
So
bucket
New
list.
would
York.
you ever do that, G? You think?
I've thought about stand up. I don't know. It's you gotta have talent. Like it's
You have
not
talent. I feel like you
easy.
could do it. I don't know why. I feel like
Yeah.
you would be able to do it.
You don't look like from your videos. You don't look like you'd be camera shy at all. Also, like obviously, like the first time you do it, you're gonna be nervous. But I feel like once it's one of those things like riding a bike. Once you do it once, I feel like you feel like you have it. You know what I mean? The confidence.
Yeah.
So,
It's been like on my list of things that I want to try to do at least once.
That's
So I
cool.
feel like I will at some point.
sure.
But
Yeah. Like I feel like it's kind of if you didn't want to do it, I feel you. It's kind of intimidating to be up there like that. But I could see you like you're just hilarious. I feel like you'd fit in if you tried.
Yeah.
So
thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
And now your mic will come. At least you'll have two people there, guaranteed.
Nope, my first show, I am not telling anyone.
Be an insider.
It'll be private. Yeah.
Well, another topic we have is things Italian kids couldn't do growing up. Anyone have any good stories about what your parents wouldn't allow?
I think the biggest thing for me, just because it was so cool for everyone to have sleepovers, and I wasn't allowed to ever sleep over at anyone's house. And I remember one, it was actually a school field trip in particular, and the entire fifth grade got to go to a weekend trip, like horseback riding and just doing all these like nature walks and just like a really cool experience, the entire fifth grade.
Except Giana.
And there were 3 kids who had to stay back. And I was one of the 3. And the other 2 kids were like deathly ill. And I just had no excuse. My mom was like, no, you're not going. Why are you going to go to that? And I had to sit, and I can never forget this, in my classroom with my teacher by myself all day long,
That's
like
nice.
Oh my
learning.
God, you're scarred
Yeah.
for life. How old were you?
Like 5th grade. I
Oh,
don't know,
5th
10?
grade.
I feel
Yeah.
like I have a daughter. I'm gonna do the same thing. I
Yeah.
don't- Like I've heard of that before. Like my mom, obviously, I guess having a daughter or son, and maybe it's a little different, But I've definitely heard that before. I've never had that issue, thank God. My issue was more of like if I go out, my mom is texting me every 15 minutes. What's going on now? Who are you with? Where are you
Yeah.
at? Where are you staying? I almost wish I wasn't allowed to sleep out because like when I'm sleeping, I have to wake up just to text her and be like, I'm still sleeping. I'm still here.
Yeah.
In the morning, like 7:30 in the morning. Are you awake yet? Like, you know what I mean? It just,
Yeah.
I feel like that's what we get on that side, and then the female end of it just can't sleep over.
Yeah, see,
Works almost.
Seriously.
dude, I was so curious what you were gonna say, Joe, because I was like debating to see if you're gonna have an answer like mine, and yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say, like to the T. I think that's more of a girl thing too, for sure. But on our side, it's like we could do whatever, but they want all the details. Like they want details you don't even know yet. You know what I mean? Like whatever, who's gonna be there? What are you guys doing? Where are you gonna be? It's like I don't know. I'm going over to my friends, and we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I have no idea. I go to I used to hang out at my friend's house. Like we'll be leaving. Like we're just gonna go to the park and play basketball or like play football. They'll be leaving the house like, oh ma, like we're just going outside. All right, have fun. I'm like, you want to go talk? I'll wait downstairs. You want to go talk to her? Like tell her who's gonna be there? Like it's like
Yeah.
I go home like, ma, we're just going outside. Well, come up to the room real quick. Who's gonna be at the park? Like you're home for this. You're gonna be home for dinner. Like other families, they just don't care.
Yeah. Oh my God, I know.
Why don't you get a jacket? It's cold outside. You're gonna catch a cold. You kidding me?
Yeah, the sun's going down. You're gonna get chilly.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll still say it in the middle of summer too with the jacket thing. Oh my God. But
And I don't even understand like where that one came from.
Which one? The
Like, why do we always need jackets? If it's
Oh, right.
65 degrees out, I really don't need a jacket.
you never know.
yeah, I know. There's always that. There's always you can't go out with wet hair.
Yeah.
I don't know where these all come from, but they don't want you to get sick. They don't want you to get sick. I think that's what it is.
They're looking out for us, I guess.
I don't know why. You're right. Why are they so afraid if you get sick? Who cares if when you're a kid, you're gonna get sick a few times.
I gotta take care of you. That's why. If let's just say like on a Sunday you guys were out, like hanging out with your friends, were you able to like stay out, or will you have to be home like Sunday for dinner? Like, was that like a lot of the times? It wasn't every Sunday for me, but a lot of times like Sunday night was like for the family. Like, do we have to do? If you have sports, you have sports, but like Sunday night was strictly with the family. I don't know if you guys had the same thing.
Yeah, not all the time. Like, I don't know. I'd have buddies ask to chill on a Sunday or something, and it's just like I felt weird
Yeah,
answering all the time because it's like I'm eating dinner with my family. Like that's my plan for the day. I'm gonna like hang out with my family.
right.
But it's like other cultures don't like, not all of them do it, obviously. So I
Yeah.
just kind of feel weird, like saying, texting back my buddies on a Sunday, like, yeah, I can't. Sorry. It's like I'm just eating dinner.
Just don't get it. Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
totally gonna echo you guys on that. Wait, Joe, you said you played sports.
Yeah.
Did you have a job early on too, or
I was a busboy at my uncle's restaurant. So
let's
had to work.
go.
Yeah, I had to work.
Sweet. I was like a hostess at my aunt's restaurant, so.
There you go. Yeah. So you get it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
another thing. My mom was like, "Why would you do sports? You got to work at the restaurant."
Oh yeah. If it wasn't football season, I was
Yeah.
working. That was the only exception was I had to work if it wasn't all the time. I remember I think I was like, I don't know, maybe 16. I was in high school. It was New Year's Eve. It's like, some restaurants are very busy New Year's Eve. Well, of course, my uncle's like, oh, we need guys. I had to work, and I'm like working. All my friends, they're at house parties. We were out, like underage, having a good time. Not me. I'm out there busting tables, sweating with a black button-down shirt on, wiping the tables. And I'm like, I'm trying to get out. He's like, oh, go shine the wine holders. Like you just put. I'm like, for what? What are we shining these things for? That was one of the worst New Year's Eves of my life. I'm like, the working man, this sucks. I'm like, this is
Yeah. I mean, do you guys like look back now though and appreciate it, you think?
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
But like having a good
100%.
work ethic.
My
Yeah.
mom made sure she makes sure to put that on me. Like, remember I used to tell you to do this, now you understand, all this stuff. But definitely if growing up the way I did, at least, it humbles you. Even as simple as when you do move out, right? And you need to keep your apartment clean or house clean. Like, some people just leave it a mess. But like I have like PTSD where, if I don't do the dishes in the sink, like so I'm gonna be haunted,
Yeah. No. Real quick too. You guys ever watch Kicking and Screaming with the Italian kids? They couldn't to play soccer. They
No,
couldn't do it.
Yes.
You saw
Oh.
it, G? Joe, you didn't see it?
I never seen this.
I think we talked about it one time before on another podcast, Gianna, but oh my God, dude, it's hilarious. You got to watch it. It's with Will Ferrell. And there's like, he's a coach of a soccer team and he tries to get like Italian kids on the team to make the team better.
Oh, the two brothers.
Yeah, the two brothers.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
I did see this. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like working at the butcher shop. It was like meat first.
Yeah, me first. Yeah, I did see it. They were like crazy good.
Yeah.
They're literally like wearing their smocks or aprons and they're going to practice.
They like the whole team went to help them out, and they all had blood all over them.
Yeah. I was gonna say the other team forfeited. They all went and helped them out and stuff. That's what you guys reminded me of, man. That movie's awesome. That part with the espresso too and everything. That's a hilarious movie, man. It definitely is like every.
That was a while ago, right?
Yeah, it's old, but it's still. I've had to seen it a few times now. Like,
He's a funny guy, man.
yeah,
So good.
I know. But Joe, you were touching on moving out. That was the last topic we had. Is things Italian mothers do when you move out. So we always kind of have a meme on the page too, like just kind of how moms are upset when you move out. Cause a lot of kind of like the dynamic you were saying with friends versus Italians, like I know a lot of my friends, when you move out of the house, like the parents are excited. They're like, yes, we get to play to ourselves again. And they like can't wait. They're like telling the kids since they're like 10 years old, like you're moving out when you're 18 and stuff. Like they can't wait to get rid of the kids. But Italians, it's different, man. Like if you could live there till 40, they would do it in a minute.
Yeah, 100%. And I know one of the things when I first moved out was like, obviously, my mom's helping me, everything, like moving stuff that I can keep. But she wanted, even though it was my place now, I'm paying for it. She wanted to decorate. She's like, well, this should go here. This should go there. You should buy something over there. I'm like, well, hold on a minute. I'm like, this is my place now, right? So I get to decorate the place. But I feel like, even though you move out, they still want to be in control somehow, like in a good way, obviously, and help you out with this or that. And I had to like tell my mom, like, Mom, listen, I got this. Like, you raised me right. Watch what I do, and then you tell me to love. And she loves like the way I decorate my apartment.
Mhm.
Oh, that's good.
What about you guys? What do you guys think about that?
For my mom, it was just like guilt trip. And that was her initial reaction was like, what did I do to you? Why did I ever make you feel like this? And
Yeah,
I'm
well,
like,
you
Mom.
moved far. You moved far, so.
She's like, I'll let you have sleepover. Just
Fine, I'll allow the sleepovers, all right?
yeah.
I'm 26.
Yeah, but you moved like you moved
Far.
states away. I'm like 35 minutes from my mom, and she's still like, you don't come and visit me enough, this and that. Well, yeah, that's
Yeah,
if I did that, my mom would definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely go trip.
Yeah, geez, you got to visit often or what? Like,
So I do, but I love going home. My whole family's there, or my mom's side of the family's there. And like a lot of my college friends and all my high school friends are still there. So going home, but I could go home a lot more. And my mom reminds me of that very often.
do you guys like do FaceTime though? Call every day? Do you?
Every day. I call her every single day. Yeah.
Same with me and my mom. Every day I'm calling her, but I live 10 minutes away. So
Yeah, I'm like 30 minutes away, and I literally, if I pull up my phone, I can show you. She texts me, "Are you good?" Like literally every 4.5 hours.
Yeah, I'm good.
If I don't answer within 10 minutes, she calls me. Everything all right? Did you get my text? I'm like, yeah. I'm working. Like,
yeah, I could show you the same thing on my phone. Mine's more food related, but
yeah.
Before I wanted to say something about Giana with her family and being in LA, like the care packages you get sent. Oh my God, those are the freaking, that's the best thing I've ever seen. They just mail you everything and anything. It's awesome. That's got to be the best part of like, I don't know, when you move
Actually,
out.
speaking of, Mike, I'm so glad you brought that up because I haven't received a care package recently and I'm a little bit offended.
You got a text like, well, you don't love me anymore. Where did I go wrong?
No, one time I remember I told her, I was like, Mom, like my family owns some property, so my mom like collects rent and does all that stuff. And I told her, I was like, oh God, like my apartment complex, I need quarters to do my laundry. Next week comes, she gathers all the quarters from her building. Mind you, it's like a bag this big filled with quarters. Mails those quarters to me. It probably cost her more money.
It has to be like 10 pounds.
Exactly. To mail those quarters to me than for me to just go to the bank and get quarters.
100%.
I opened the package and I'm like,
crazy.
That's awesome. Oh my God.
The fact that it literally costs more to ship it than what it's actually even worth probably is nuts.
You can't make that up. I opened that package and I was like, if this isn't a TikTok right there, what?
I know you got TikToks for days, but see, like
That's
the
amazing.
shipping stuff, that's what cracks me up because it's like we ship shirts out every day and like there's always weird things we'll send sometimes. And it's like, I always think about what goes into the shipping, you know, like it's not easy to just ship quarters. Like you put in a box, it's probably rattling around everywhere. You put in the envelope, it's probably too light. Like you gotta like, my mind goes to like, you probably got to do styrofoam, bubble wrap, this and that, like the weight of it, like you're saying, like that's what cracks me up. And that's like one I never heard too. I was thinking of like the food they were sending. Cause didn't she send like basil or some type of like plant or something like that? What she sent you before?
She sent, she went to Italy whenever she went, like a year ago or something. And my family usually gives us oregano, which is hilarious, bringing like a ton of oregano home in your luggage from Italy. It's a different story. But but she sent me a bag, just a bag of oregano, which if you don't smell it or really look that close, it doesn't look like oregano. You're going to think it's something else. And I was like, she sent it to me and it was a bag of oregano and then another side bag because I told her I was like having trouble sleeping of melatonin. And if you know what melatonin look like, they're little white pills. That's it. Nothing's on them. No letters, no numbers, just white pills and a bag of oregano. And I was like,
professional smuggling.
Ma, how did this even get approved to be shipped out?
Oh man.
Hilarious.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Because my mind jumps to a story. There was a story that broke out a while ago. It's like same thing. Like someone's house got raided and it was just a bunch of oregano or something like that. We wrote a blog about it once. Like you're gonna get in trouble with the cops or something.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to explain it's just melatonin and oregano.
Literally, it's like just
Uh,
put it in your mouth, you'll figure it out. Like,
Yeah, see, that just goes to show you. I feel like they're not checking. Like USPS is not checking the boxes or whatever. They're just like that should have came up as a red flag for
Yeah,
sure.
someone should have
definitely, definitely.
sent back, at least sent back.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
hey, I'm sleeping great and I'm eating well, so I can't complain. You know.
And you're doing your laundry with no problem too. So
There we go.
that's what it is. Like that's what I love about just Italian mothers too, and just being Italian is I feel like they like listen to everything you say, and if they could like improve one thing, no matter what it is, to give you kind of an advantage in life,
Right.
that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it was. And I don't know if it's like certain regions in Italy too, but I just know my whole family from Calabria, that's their I mean, that was like everything. Like my car broke down one time. My grandfather was like giving me a down payment on my car, my next car.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you could say you need like something little and that like quarters, and they're just like bringing you quarters the next day. Like that's the one thing I love is they just want to help you out. You know what I mean? I feel like some
Right.
people kind of want to, I don't know, like you could parenting, you can kind of say like, I want to teach them a lesson and they got to be independent and figure it out themselves or whatever. But I feel like what how you're saying, Gianna, like in my family is they want to just like give you a step ahead in life. Like they're not worried about, I feel like they just trust you to learn the lesson or whatever anyways, but they want to like give you a step up. So I think that's really cool. You got a good family for sure. I love it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I appreciate them. I think we all have pretty good families. As much as we poke fun at them, they're pretty awesome.
We complain, like you said before, it definitely, makes us to where we are as an adult when we get older,
Mm-hmm.
So,
Exactly. And it's like, so I'm saying sometimes I'm like, you talk to your mom every day or whatever, and you tell her one thing, and sometimes it's like you might just be saying it in conversation. It's not a big deal. Like I highly doubt, Gianna, you like you said, you could have went to the bank and got quarters. You're just
Mhm.
bringing it up probably because you're talking to your mom and it's a normal day, and like they just take it to like an extreme. So you almost can't tell them anything because they're gonna like,
yeah.
you know what I mean, want to help you out. So it's that's something unique. I feel like for sure. You reminded me of a lot of stuff, but.
It's a great story.
Yeah, I know. And my mom too is always worried about the food with me. Luckily, she doesn't have to ship anything.
Yeah,
Um,
about 10 minutes ago.
yeah, we're 10
Just
minutes.
drop it off.
Yeah, we're 10 minutes away literally, so it's awesome. But she'll just like drop off food all the time. Like you never know. Kind of like it's a surprise too what you're gonna get probably in the mail.
Right.
and probably and probably the police too if they saw it. But
Right. Yeah. That's a whole nother story.
yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I just always got like you open my freezer, I got like 3 Tupperwares of sauce anytime. Like my mom just always make like she'll text me and she'll be like, you got food. You know what I mean? Like she feels bad if she doesn't bring me food every week. Like she's always making sure I'm eating and have food.
You gotta
Which
love that.
yeah, which I don't know why, because sometimes like I don't know, I'll do fasting here and there and stuff. So it's not like I get starving like every minute, every day, you know.
Right, good for you.
I could
Thank-
never.
Yeah, well, I try. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like it's healthy. You know what I mean?
No,
Uh,
definitely for the better, but
yeah, exactly. Like I'll try to drink coffee in the morning black, like here and there, like one day a week, just a day a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, Mr. Healthy.
It's nothing crazy, but I don't know. You guys, I would recommend you try it. Just drink like, because you know what ends up happening is every morning, like I'll drink coffee and I just like I'm working and I'll just forget to eat, and then it'll be like 1 o'clock, and
Right.
then like I just started drinking coffee black, and I was I don't know, just because I was like, why? Technically, I'd be fasting if I didn't like add cream and sugar and stuff.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
just like, I don't know. I just was starting to try it.
Now, you know what? Tomorrow morning, I'll try to do it. I'll let you know how it goes. No promise.
Hey.
I might take one sip and be like, all right, I'm gonna give it a shot now.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I mean, you don't get used to it right away. You got to like start
Yeah.
acquiring more of a taste for a black, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like that's hardcore, you know, when you just like just coffee anyway you can get it, espresso, whatever. You just, you know.
Well, you are the owner of Hardcore Italian, so it's only right,
There you go.
right? That's it right there.
Exactly. No softcore around here, that's for sure. But oh my God. But all right, guys, that was all the topics I had for today. Guys, if you're tuning in and you enjoyed the episode, please give it a subscribe. Check out the merch at hardcoreitalians.com. We got a lot of different merch going on today. Joe's got it on the classic tee. Gianna's got it on the Ciao Bella. I got on the Italia. We got a lot of new stuff coming soon. So give us a subscribe, check us out. And yeah, thanks for tuning in.